Okay. So, hi, very good morning, everybody. Can you all hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning. Yeah. All right.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning. Yeah. So, thank you, everybody. To begin with, let me introduce about myself. This is Vamshi, and it's been almost 16 plus years. I've been working in this domain as a SAP SD consultant. Today, I play a project lead position in a company, and I do take up the training programs during my non-working hours. It's been almost since 2004 I'm working in SAP, and it's been almost since 2006 I can say I'm training people. It's been more than 3000 plus trainees have been trained so far. You go to any company, you'll find my trainees. So that is my involvement in terms of work, in terms of training. Fine. Now, you all are here to learn the module SD. Yes, I teach all the areas of this module 100% because this is my core identity. But learning only SD is not sufficient enough because today, whenever you go for any interview anywhere, you will be asked, do you have experience? So when you put on some 3+ years of experience or 2+ years of experience, saying that you're already working in SD module in SAP, definitely the interviewer will not be asking what is your name, what is your hobbies kind of. He start asking what is the project you worked, what is the client, what was the client requirement, how you analyzed it, how you customized it, how you executed it in SAP. This is all something called real time. So I made this training program like a project. What I'm doing here, whenever I start a batch, I take an example of a company where already SAP is implemented. Say, for my previous batch, I've taken example of Kia Motors. It is into automobile. Other batch I've taken Cipla. It is into pharma. Other batch I'm running with Panasonic. It is into electronics. Other batch I'm done with Zara. It is into textiles. So like this, I take a company where SAP is implemented already, and I take that company as an example where I was been a part of the implementation of these earlier. So I know what is this project, what is this client, what is this client requirement, how we analyzed, how we customized, how we executed. So I'm teaching all these real-time live scenarios in this training program when I'm teaching the subject SD. Because SD is all about what? O to C, order to cash. So when you customize a company in SAP system completely, right from the basics till the end, when you customize this all, you are understanding will be strong. Your analyzing skill set will be strong. Where your understanding is on a real-time scenarios. Your analyzing is on something happened, you're learning here again. So with this knowledge, you can easily meet this expectation of experience. If you're putting a fresher, I mean, if you're applying as a fresher, then you can say I have undergone internship. What is internship? Internship is all about a project-oriented program again. You can say I have undergone an internship training program. Or you can say this was example project and it has been trained on all this. I'm well versed in the client understanding, well versed in the client understanding of requirement analyzing, customizing, execution. So it supports the knowledge what I give. A person who is genuinely working in SAP from past 3+, how maturely you speak, that level you are groomed in this training program. So for this, learning only SD is not sufficient. You should have an extra skill set also. FI module we have, finance, production planning module we have, materials management module we have, warehouse management module we have. During the live project, these module areas will be done by these module consultants. So FI. The FI consultant will customize the FI model. For example, now I am starting this batch and I will be taking an example of Ford for this batch. Today we are starting with just introduction and we'll continue with this. Our project training example company is Ford now. So right from today till the end of this course, everything I configure for Ford company. Right from the basics till the last stage of the model configuration of other areas of the model also. I mean other model areas also I mean to say. So that you will see one full end-to-end SAP cycle focusing the SD module. So why FI is required along with SD? Because GL accounts, the general ledger will say in terms of AR, in terms of AP. If they are not configured, you will not get the sales O2C executable because when pricing is not reflecting how a sale happens. After the sale, where the bill should reflect if you're not connected, how the sale happens. So they are interrelated. And production planning, how the plant triggers during the sale, because which plant is sourcing the stock when selling a product through SD, I mean through sales domain. So plant interface you'll understand. That is how MRP works, material requirement plan with reference to the plant functionality. You'll understand along with SD integrations. And materials management, how your procurement, that is in terms of inventory, in terms of availability, if not connected with SD, when you're selling a product through sales, when you're configuring the sales system, if the stock is not recognized, how you sell, how you commit to the customer. So integration you learn. And I made the WM integration here as part of my training program for STP, stock transportation. This is in terms of automation. That is the latest updates of SAP in terms of simplifying things, simple logistics relevance. So I only cover this, I can say. So why WM here? Think about your Amazon. Video shop lot on Amazon. When you're buying something in Amazon, there should be, when you're buying something in Amazon, there will be no person sitting over there telling you product is available or not. It shows the stock. When you raise an order, it will detect the stock automatically. So automation of stock pickup and automation of stock releases should happen. It comes with reference to warehouse management. So you learn the complete project cycle focusing the SD module. And every session will be recorded. After the class, you will be getting the recording file. So no need to worry about if you miss out understanding some point, because see what happened here, you're learning a domain, you're learning a module in a particular technology called SAP. So it is purely functional model. First of all, there is no programming. I'm speaking almost, it's been almost since 10 minutes I'm speaking. I have not spoken anything technically. Generally how the sales flow you're understanding here, right? So if you miss out following some point also, don't worry, focus in the session, something is going around as an overview, you will get a clarity. After the class, when you replay the recording, you will get every point understood. Okay, that's the first point to be understood. And the next point is, here during this process, what you will be getting, you will get everyday session recording, you will be getting the reading materials for your reading purpose. At the end of, after the training, I can say whenever you are good in uh, appearing for interview, I'll be helping you in your resume preparation. That is, your CV will be prepared by me only, because a resume is something which is going on behalf of you to the company when you're applying. So project roles and responsibilities, if they are not designed properly, your resume will not be shortlisted. So my trainee, surely he will be shortlisted, and my trainee, easily he can crack an interview. That's the confidence of mine, and that will be confidence of my trainee at the end of the day, because he is undergoing a real-time project-based training program focusing a company here. So when I prepare resume, what is project, you can understand, because you are understanding all these phases in this training program, what all the roles and responsibilities, because I'm teaching all the roles and responsibilities in this flow. See, in this training room, I play a client role for you. I play a consultant role for you. I am playing a trainer role for you. So I'm taking company as an example for your training purpose, where I teach all the real time how the client asks here. And I'm teaching how to configure them in SAP system as a trainer. So I'm playing a triple role for you for all the activities. So that when you join a job, you will be addressing the client, you understand what he is asking, you will be customizing that in SAP because you're learning what I am teaching here. You will not find much of difference in this training room and the job. Here I'm playing multiple roles for you to groom you up to the expectation of the job market. The same thing you'll be doing during your job. This is the feedback what I got from my trainees. They say they don't find much of difference in the class and in the workplace. Because here you're learning on a real time. What is real time? From that time onwards, he's selling real time. In a project, simple example, you want to construct a building, you invite a builder. Just a minute. So when you got to construct a building, you invite a builder. This builder will understand your requirement. As per your requirement, he'll construct the building. The same way, Ford company I have taken. IBM is a company. Okay. Now IBM got an opportunity to implement SAP into Ford. I assume that you are employed with IBM as a consultant team. This consultant team on behalf of IBM will be addressing the Ford company, analyze the Ford company, gather the documentation of Ford company, how many dealers are there, distributors are there, wholesalers are there, what are their product, what are their pricing, okay, how their sales system is organized, how the transportation system is organized, how their billing system is organized. You will understand all these areas. As per the Ford company, how they are organized, that is real time. And as per the understanding, you customize everything in SAP. This is something called real time live project process. So you learn everything how to set up this in this training program. So this is the goal of the training program. A demo means playing a PowerPoint presentation and going with some rosy presentation. No, somebody is sitting in front of you, that is in front of me, who don't know anything about, like how if you're sitting in a classroom works, that level this training program should be. That's the reason effective purpose. I use the whiteboard like this to write and show lively as per understanding. And I use the PowerPoint also for your better understanding of a designed presentation point of view. So it goes very lively and nothing will be rushed up. It goes very leisurely because you need to learn. Okay, fine. Now I just given you all the goal of the training program, how this training program is organized. You all understood now. Done. Now, okay. Now, and one point everybody, language is not a barrier. I can speak good Telugu, I can speak good Hindi. సో మీకు ఎక్కడైనా అర్థం కాకపోతే మీరు ఎట్ ది ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద క్లాస్ అంటే క్లాస్ ఎండింగ్ లో ఐ స్పెండ్ సమ్ టైం మీకు ఎక్కడైనా డౌట్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నా సరే ఇది అర్థం కాలేదు అంటే మీకు అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా నేను తెలుగులో కూడా చెప్తాను అండ్ हिंदी भी बहुत बेहतर बात कर सकता हूँ मैं So if anybody from Hindi background, आप हिंदी में पूछ सकते हो, तो हिंदी में भी मैं बेहतर समझा सकता हूँ. So language is not the barrier. Everybody is here to learn. Generally, the explanation goes in English, but wherever you're not understanding, క్లాస్ ఎండ్లో నేను అడుగుతాను ఎవరికైనా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అని. సో అప్పుడు మీకు ఎక్కడెక్కడ డౌట్ ఉందో అది రాసుకొని పెట్టుకోండి, అప్పుడు మీ డౌట్ చెప్తాను. అండ్ ఐ విల్ బి షేరింగ్ మై కాంటాక్ట్ once we start our regular session. I'll be sharing my contact. So whenever you have any doubt, you can ping in the chat box in my contact and you'll be addressed with the clarification. If I'm free, I'll call you. If I'm not free, I'll text you. What's the worst in the next day after the class? Okay, done. Now let us come to very basic understanding. What is SAP? Fine. From that time also I was telling about SAP means I mean the training program goes like a project and everything fine. SAP ante enti? What is SAP? Now here you can see it is a product of ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, today every company is ERP enabled. Okay, and you go to any company, they are using ERP product for their database maintenance because there are so many ERP products. Microsoft got an ERP called Microsoft Dynamics. Oracle itself is an ERP, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards. Like this, SAP is one of the ERP product which play a #1 position in the market. You go anywhere, worldwide, wherever you go, you will find a company is using SAP. So that's big, the market of SAP. If I say a scale 1 to 10 companies, if I take any domain, automobile, kawachu, consumer durable, FMCG, any domain you take, if you take top 10 companies, among them 6 to 8 are SAP implemented. So the scope of the job is very big in SAP domain. Requirements are there. Requirements will be there 365 days, any country you go. I have seen SAP in the places like Baghdad in Middle East where there is no electricity. Even there also I have trained people because there also I have seen the SAP implementing companies. That's what I want to say. So scope is very big and career is very secured in SAP because a project, when you want to implement SAP into a company, it takes 1 to 1.5 years to complete one implementation. It is not like 1 month, 2 month happen project, again you need to search for the project or again you need to search for the job. No. Even you join on a contract job, your job is secured for at least 1.5 years. If you are employed, fine, the companies do get the projects and your employment continues. And say for example, Microsoft Dynamics, it's a popular ERP, but Microsoft as a company runs on SAP. So competitor is implemented with SAP means you understand where SAP stand in the market. So that's the beauty of SAP, and you can plan up your retirement. There is no bigger software than SAP. There is no competitor to SAP. At least for next 25 years, it is organized. Fine. You can plan up your retirement. So that's the beauty of SAP. Done. It stands for Systems Application Product. Wherever you go for any implementation, it is for database maintenance. Started by 5 key IBM engineers with a system called R1 as a company name called SAP AG. What is R1? One tier architecture. That was old. 70s, in 70s it was. Now we are working on 3 tier architecture, R by 3. So what is this R by 3? Database server we have, application server we have, client server we have. 3 points. Okay. Now database server is the main software of SAP. The images of this is been made as an application servers. This is one application, this is one application, this is one application. This is for development purpose, this is for testing purpose, this is for production purpose. So when development is happening, the tester can test. When testing is happening, the functional consultants we can customize. That means without disturbing individual areas, I can work parallelly on every domain. Say, think about your laptop. C drive we have, D drive we have, F drive we have. When all these drives are one, your data maintenance will be tough. That is, the installations happened in C drive, the data can be in these drives. When you maintain separately, it is easy for you to handle, easy for you to operate. That's the beauty of this application servers. But all are connected to one server only. All these drives are run on one OS of your laptop. And these are front-end systems, end user presentations. So the employees work over here to execute the transactions, operating the production system. Backup is testing, backup is production. So to give all the domains and independence of usage of the environment of SAP according to their roles, the admin work area, functional and technical work area, end user work area is divided and organized. That's the beauty of your 3-tier architecture. Now I say anything which is online is 3-tier. Think about your internet, the server, the hub, and your residence. Your residence is getting the connection from the local hub near to your home, and hub is connected to the server. So server disconnect అవుతే hub की రాదు, hub disconnect అయితే your residence no. सर्वर डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया तो हब के पास कनेक्शन नहीं रहता, कनेक्शन हब के पास नहीं है तो अपना रेजिडेंस को भी नहीं आएगा. So 3 connectivity points. So when I speak in Telugu, again the same I'll explain in Hindi also. Some points which I feel okay, let me tell in Telugu, let me tell in Hindi. Okay, so some points are repeated in 3 languages. First English, then Telugu, then Hindi for your better understanding. So that it gives you a touch of okay, understand, okay, I can understand, okay, he expressed in better way kind. Still he couldn't, then raise your hand at the end of the class, I can guide you for a better understanding. So that's the beauty of your 3-tier architecture. And they are the people who are known as the founders of SAP. Done. Now I say this training program goes like a project. What is a project then? SAP project process goes in how the way? SAP implementation. The implementation of SAP will be processed through ASAP methodology. ASAP methodology will say. Okay, so this is the methodology in SAP we follow. What are the parameters we have in this methodology? Development stage, testing stage, then the product of SAP will be ready because it is functional. There is no programming and all. Okay, so everything you see in a functional expression. Development. What is development? If I extract, it got three substages. Project preparation. Here, what is the project will be doing? Ford. Who is the company? For example, IBM. Who are you? You are a consultant. On behalf of IBM, a consultant address Ford company. So he need to understand the Ford company. Project preparation means what are the modules they are implementing? What should be the team size? And which person will be working on what job roles? That is a project preparation. Business blueprint. Ford company, how many dealers are there, distributors are there, wholesalers are there, what are their products, how their sales system, how their shipping system, how their billing system. I need to understand and document. That is a concept of business blueprint because I'm into SD. If you're into FI, you understand the accounting part. If you're into HR, you understand the human resource part. If you're into production, you understand the plant production point of view. Inventory guys. Every module consultant should understand the infrastructure of Ford company. A realization. What I understood, what I gathered is all sufficient enough or not. Then you test it. SD consultant customize SD areas. FI consultant customize FI areas. MM consultant customize MM areas. WM consultant WM areas. And you integrate all. When you test it, it should share the information among all. So what I do to give a better understanding on this, how this works, let me log into the SAP screen once. So I'll here what I'm doing, I'm just log into SAP system now. I'll show you one transaction using my present happened batch structure. Okay, yep, thank you. So what I'm saying, I'm just log into SAP system here. I want to show you one structure using my present batch structure so that you understand after the implementation when you start working how it works. So let me log in here. Now whenever I start a batch, I say I take an example of a company and I configure everything for that when I'm teaching them. And at the end of the day, that batch will be seeing the execution of that particular company's output. For your batch, I'm starting with Ford. Fine. When we configure everything, at the end of the day, when you execute for Ford company, how it works, you're seeing as a sample for my happen batch structure now. See, SD is all about order to cash. So I'm creating a sales order here, VA01. I will be taking an example, say for example, C8, C83. And if you see here, everything, if I click over here in the drop down, it is showing everything with C8 company names. We don't use anything of SAP default standards. A blank server when being given to you, how you customize everything for the client, that the way you are groomed in this program. So we customize everything with our company name and we use our values to execute. So see it online store. The outlet is online store distribution channel for what? For see it. I made a Racer as a division, Zappa as a division, Standard as a division. It's a product line. I say Racer. So I am creating a sales order in a geographical location at an outlet of a product line. Enter. For whom? For my customer. Who is my customer? See it, the search term. CATL. So my customer, Mr. Ashok, who belongs to Hyderabad. And my material, see it, B100 is the product name. If I just click on the drop down, it is showing here. Order quantity as 1. When I say enter, see, when I was teaching this batch, I configured a messaging system. That means already you came for a quotation and again you're coming and placing an order. Now, during the order, again, no need to go for negotiation. మళ్ళా నెగోసియేషన్ ఏం అక్కర్లేదు ఇక్కడ కొటేషన్లో ఏమి ఇచ్చామో అదే కాపీ చేసుకోవాలంటారు कोटेशन में जो दिया वही कॉपी कर लेना सिनेरियो है so it is popping up message there is an open contract and quotation both if I say list it will allow you to copy I want to create a fresh transaction so continue now right from the beginning of the session I say you learn the complete SD module along with FI integration, along with MM integration, WM integration, production planning integration, I say. This is the transaction happening in SD. I'm creating a sales order. You see the price from finance. Okay. From which plant? Procurement of inventory, transportation of shipping through warehouse. See how it works. Okay. So this is an order. When delivering the product from this plant, the stock is. If I click on procurement, today is 10th. It is showing material is available on 20th for delivery from the plant of C8. So if you see here, nothing we are using of SAP default. We are using a SAP software in which we are configuring the company C8 Lively. When I was teaching the batch, I'll be configuring Lively for your batch with the Ford example. At the end of the day, when you see for Ford, that's the output. And the same server will be given access to you. You will be getting the server access also so that you can log in from your side and you can take an example company. I take Ford, you take some other company and you start working on the same way how I do here. So at the end of the day, you get an hands-on understanding. మీకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకోవడానికి కూడా సిస్టమ్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి you practice on what I teach. So you get आपको प्रैक्टिस का करने के वास्ते सिस्टम भी मिल रहा है, सो आप लॉग इन करके आप एक कंपनी एग्जांपल लेके अपनी तरफ से प्रैक्टिस कर लेना. So you are getting the live hands-on exposure also. And if I click on shipping here, see, on 20th the material is available, on 20th the loading is happening, on 20th the delivery is scheduled from the plant. Shipping point also will come here. This batch is still going on, and you can see at that time we are yet to configure. And you can see Ashok is placing an order from Hyderabad, but the shipping should send to Krishna. So how this happened? We customized. So you learn all lively like this. So when I said testing, ఎస్డిలో ఆర్డర్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఎఫ్ఐ నుంచి ప్రైస్ వచ్చిందా, ఎంఎం నుంచి స్టాక్ వచ్చిందా, ఇన్వెంటరీ నుంచి స్టాక్ వెళ్ళిందా అన్న అవుట్పుట్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా రావాలా. సో వెన్ ఐ సే टेस्टिंग, एसडी में सेल्स ऑर्डर बनाए तो स्टॉक इन्वेंट्री से आया क्या, प्राइस फाइनेंस से कनेक्ट हुआ क्या, डेट ऑफ डिलीवरी ऑटोमेटिकली दिखाएगा, ये पूरा ऑटोमेटिकली आना. So that's the way you learn and you see. That's what I've been showing here. What I written on the board, what I was speaking on the PowerPoint, everything should match. So when I said testing, you just saw. Finally, the project is done. You train the employees in the live project, the employees where you are implemented SAP, you need to train them. See, Ford employees don't know what is SAP. The SAP team should teach how to use SAP for their day-to-day transaction doing purpose. For example, you purchased a washing machine. The company guy should come and give you a demo how to use it. The same way, Ford company want to implement SAP, IBM came and implemented, fine. So IBM employees need to teach how to use according to each employee's responsibilities. That's the final preparation. And then the product of SAP is ready. We hand over the SAP product to Ford company. And we, the team of IBM, will be sitting on support desk. So when Ford company employees are using the SAP software for their day-to-day transaction, if they face an issue, we will be supporting. 2 years IBM got the contract of support. After that, Accenture will get. Their SAP team will support. After that, Intel will get. Their employees will. After that, Infosys. After that, Capgemini. Till the lifetime Ford company use the SAP software, they need to maintain the support services. So in this training program, you learn everything how to make, that is understanding of implementation project. You also understand how to troubleshoot, that is the understanding of support. So you learn how to make అంటే ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనుకోండి, you learn how to support అంటే troubleshoot అనుకోండి. तो दोनों सीखते हो आप, बनाना और रिपेयर करना. You learn how to make, you learn how to repair. Repair is support. Because in your resume, I'll mention you have an exposure of implementation project, you have an exposure of support project. So this is all about the training program, what I am been prepared, how I am been organized. So you understood what is SAP, you understood how this training program goes like a project, you understood what you will get at the end of the day, you understood how this all knowledge will meet the expectation of the real-time environment, you understood. Now everybody do collect this recording from the organizer అండ్ రీగో త్రూ ఇట్. ఎక్కడైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే రాసుకోండి, నెక్స్ట్ सेशन చెప్తాను. कहीं पे डाउट है तो लिख लीजिए, नेक्स्ट सेशन में अपन डिस्कस कर ले सकते. ओके.